We in global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep, and some informer friend we lovely. We in global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in global TV, check it.
Tell you a few personal stories about what I like to call the danger of the single story. I thought about this when I left Nigeria to go to university in the United States. I was 19. My American roommate was shocked by me. She asked where I had learned to speak English so well and was confused when I said that Nigeria happened to have English as its official language. She asked if she could listen to what she called my tribal music and was consequently very disappointed when I produced my tape of Mariah Carey. So after I had spent some years in the US as an African, I began to understand my roommate's response to me. If I had not grown up in Nigeria, and if all I knew about Africa were from popular images, I too would think that Africa was a place of beautiful landscapes, beautiful animals, and incomprehensible people fighting senseless wars, dying of poverty and AIDS, unable to speak for themselves, and waiting to be saved by a kind white foreigner. So that is how to create a single story. Show a people as one thing, as only one thing, over and over again, and that is what they become. I recently spoke at a university where a student told me that it was such a shame that Nigerian men were physical abusers like the father character in my novel. I told him that I had just read a novel called American Psycho, and that it was such a shame that young Americans were serial murderers. It would never have occurred to me to think that just because I had read a novel in which a character was a serial killer, that he was somehow representative of all Americans. And now this is not because I'm a better person than that student, but because of America's cultural and economic power, I had many stories of America. I had read Thailand, Updike, and Steinbeck, and Gateskill. I did not have a single story of America. I've always felt that it is impossible to engage properly with a place or a person without engaging with all of the stories of that place and that person. The consequence of the single story is this: it robs people of dignity. It makes our recognition of our equal humanity difficult. It emphasizes how we are different rather than how we are similar. Stories matter. Many stories matter. Stories have been used to dispossess and to malign, but stories can also be used to empower and to humanize. Stories can break the dignity of a people, but stories can also repair that broken dignity.
Good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Many story matters. It is the danger of that single story. Why us Black people, wherever we are on this earth, we meet a particular fire. The danger of a single story. So if you're on my platform and you just want one story, or one side of the story, behind a rock would be a better place for you. If you're one who's offended by the truth, if you're one who is afraid of the truth, behind a rock or peeping from behind a wall would be the best place for you. But really, not over here. We're not the one who are baptized. So you don't have to come and remind us about God and forgiveness over here. You know? You don't need to speak out of context. What you must learn to understand is reasoning ability. Reasoning doesn't mean spewing venom. It means reasoning. Good morning, and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Good morning to the brutes, the bigots, and the batterers. Good morning to all my supporters, subscribers, members, my community of parity. All my family members, good morning and welcome. Good morning to everyone on the live. Good morning to everyone in the chat. Thank you all for joining. A pleasant good morning, good afternoon, Debbie Jervis. Sunshine, good morning, good afternoon. Wayne Evans, good morning, good afternoon. Annie Smith, good morning, good afternoon. I want to welcome Camise to the show. Thank you very much for joining the Global TV family. Welcome, welcome. Enjoy Global TV. And I'm sure the Global TV family will welcome you to the experience that global television is. Welcome once more, Camise. Wayne Evans, Michelle Lewis Wilson. Good morning, Monica. Good morning, Annie. Abina Sidoki, good morning. Good morning. Sharon Powell, Cousin Jamie, Sim, good morning. Cousin Myrna. Jason Kane, good morning. Natalia Freeman, good morning. Claudette, good morning. Evan Johnson, good morning. Larice Beckford, good morning. Shauna Smith, good morning and welcome. Yvonne Johnson, good morning. Good morning. Arthur Robinson, good morning. Marcia Thomas, good morning. Monica Wills, good morning. Carleen Humphreys, E.M. Novlet Blake, good morning and welcome. Raymond, good morning. Good morning. Georgia Dennis, good morning and welcome. Miranda Roddock, good morning. Agency Driver 5, Wagwan. Rosemary Samuels, good morning. Denise Hall, good morning. Brenna Shaw, good morning. Veteran, Well, go on, big up yourself. Maxine Cummins, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome. Jacqueline Murray, good morning and welcome. Nifty Friend, good morning. Marcia McCoy, good morning. Coates Nareen, good morning and welcome. Denise Hall, Stacy, Cash, Keith Matthews, Elijah B. Haydon, good morning and welcome. Brown Security 3, good sound, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome. Vivian Hamilton, Errol Clark, Dorothy Elliott, Paulette Francis, good morning. Jermaine Laws, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. The pileup, the rubbish pileup from the carnival. Lady J Love, good morning and welcome. How are you? I know the organizers to be blamed. I'm going to tell you who to be blamed. KFMC and Delroy Williams. Amazing Grace. Good morning. As the city controller, when the city is given permission for such major events across the city, then it is for the municipal who has the operational capability, like the rubbish truck them and the staffing. That's the operational capability. It is the municipality and the mayor to factor that into the contract that all of these organizers are getting. All of these organizers, Violet Watson, do not have the operational capability to perform such tasks. Then if they're not writing that into the contract, then what they should do, a clause in the contract should impose the duty on them to make sure, whether be with the municipal or Dion Johnson, with private companies, you make sure that that cleanup agreement is done, so a cleanup follows the float immediately and have the place clean. So that's the job of the municipality, not the organizers. At them a close off on a city and on a roads, Marcia McKay. At them a close off on a city and on a communities to host this event. Precious Allen, good morning. When London a keep carnival, or anywhere else I keep carnival, I don't the private organizers them responsible for clean the Andrea, good morning. For clean the carnival route. No, it's the local authorities' responsibility. And this would have been signed off on by Desmond, not Desmond, Feder. This would have been signed off on by Feder before the election, because carnival organization, the whole organization and everything put in place way before election and galangin. Yeah, man, this was agreed under FEDA. FEDA agreed this because all of these organization and preparation things were done months in advance. So this was done way in advance. This don't have anything to do with the new mayor, if we are to be fair. But this is not the organizer's fault. It is the fault of the municipal who did not make sure that that is done. It is tallied into whatever contract them I give them, and then make sure when it gets to a certain time, Major Boss. Good morning, good afternoon. When it gets to a certain time, the cleaning of the street start. Because when carnival happening in London Sunday, when we go back to carnival Monday morning, we now go back up on the old rubbish, then pile up on street side. Because there's an immediate clean. Hugh Bottom, good morning and welcome. There's an immediate clean. But may have some pile up when I want to show no, when I related to the carnival, which is just the general rat infestation build-up right across the country. Some of this I'm going to show in a brownstone. I figure out where the rest them come from. I don't remember them one at the wall or somewhere in a Kingston. I figure the actual area. Pardon me for that. But you can see, so this here in a zinc fence area. A pretty wall area, yeah, so. They may know zinc fence area. So this is a problem unfolding right across the country. How G2, what did G2K blame this mayor for Brown man? This is a problem. This is an ongoing problem across the country. These one now, these are in brownstone. Just a regular pile up of garbage and dirty streets across the country. This has been going on for time. And every time you talk to them even on the election campaign, them I tell you about them, chuck them, where them have in Upper Waltham Park Road. Thank you very much, Keith. The first statement, me go back to them. Thank you, Keith. Waltham Park Road. This is the Waltham Park Road. Thank you, Keith. That's the road, Fichu. That's the road. It depend. I remember me couldn't remember the name. The Waltham Park Road there. So on a no say, you have to know Tivoli and Rima and Jungle. You saw a good, pretty big wall, foreign wall area. I know that's what I say, foreign wall. So how so much blegging and debris for out a foreign wall? I know zinc fence this. This look like zinc fence too, no? Jump full till you buck. Patricia Williams. Good morning, good afternoon. A Waltham Park Road that. See it there. And them tell we how much trucks them have operationally and how much more them have coming. But the garbage pile up across the country for months. So almost over a year now, this garbage problem been ongoing. Because remember from the time, or even longer than that, remember from the time where Juliet did make that speech, say anyway you see garbage pile up, our comrades live there. So since they get the majority in a parliament, since they get the majority in a parliament, then turn the whole country in a PMP because they not clean up rubbish nowhere. So Jamaica, the whole honor by Juliet Oldness standard, a comrade, because them left the whole country dirty. Byron Muir, how are you? Are you saying Waltham Park Road, this is next to the Chinese cemetery? I don't know. I'm not familiar with those areas. Monica Hawthorne, good morning and welcome. How are you? James, good morning and welcome. Good morning, good afternoon. But this is with Jamaica, rat infested. The Jamaica where its economy I do so well. Can't clean its street, can't buy bed for in hospital, can't upgrade in dilapidated hospital them, can't prevent rain from fall inside police station. You might as well go put your police officer them bed under a tree. That may I tell you. Because they would have sleep more comfortable at night time. Just find one of them big, well-grown, fluffy ackee tree. Then would have Shauna Smith. How are you? Shauna say yes, it's close to the Chinese cemetery. Put them under ackee tree. Charmaine Edwards, good morning and welcome. Mary Messenger TV. So at what point, if Jamaica have so much backlog rubbish, at what point the carnival rubbish are going to get cleared across the city? This is not the fault of the organizers. It is the duty of the municipality to make sure that is done. And when they were giving out these contracts to the organizers, they make sure them factor in cleaning up expenses. The organizers don't have the operational capability to go and do all of that. The municipal has the operational capability. I close off the city and give them to have them event. So therefore, you should make sure when the residents wake up tomorrow morning, them don't interact with debris and look like say hurricane blow through them street last night. And this is another sloppy work from the JLP administration, because all of this was done under Feather's tenure. This has nothing to do with the new mayor of the municipal. This deal was well in place way before the election. Carnival organization takes a year. Charmin Carter, good morning. Elaine Turner, good morning and welcome. So this don't have anything to do with the organizers. Them don't blame the organizers, make it look like the organizers not perform it. The municipal failed to perform their duty. And them close off your city and give them to organize function. Mama Nita, good morning. So they're under duty to give you back a clean city when the event finish. They're under duty to charge the organizers the money to make sure they can put their men and their chuck to work immediate in the evening when carnival procession finishes. I saw carnival go everywhere else. But for it's all about money. Real Black Woman, good morning and welcome. This here brownstone. Just regular rubbish just lying around so. Not rubbish of the consequence of any event. Just build up and build up and build up and build up. So right around Brownstone Market, me here says a chaos of rubbish, Colleen Jones. A chaos of rubbish around Brownstone Market. A chaos of rubbish across the country. Not even that. Them can't manage. Them say them have 100 and how much it chuck? And they have 50. They have a thing I said, 100 operational. I think that was what Mackenzie said on the election campaign. Did anybody hear that? And they have 50 more on the way. That me remember me here. So you mean to say, of the 100 chuck where they have, mathematician don't know say me done. Divide 100 by 14 and see how much chuck them could put in each parish. Somebody help me there. We don't know me done. 100 divided by 14. We want to know how much chuck they could put in each parish. Out of the 100 operational. Operational mean fully up and ready, fully working, in full working capacity. And he said it in Parliament. I want somebody to do the maths for me. 100 divided by 14. Or divided by 13, because they claim to say keep Salmon morning. They claim to say a 13 parish under the Galangin. Some people are 7, some are 28. No man, no, don't confuse me. No know what I'm done. So if you give me if you give me the right number, if I go what's up with me. Murder. No man. Efron sound system. Morning and welcome. So 7 per parish, 7 chucks per parish. Oh, Mr. Carlos Wagwan, how you do? 7 chucks per parish. So of the 100 operational chuck, them tell we say them have Pauline Dix. They can supply, Brittany, good morning, how are you? They can supply 7 chucks to each parish. So why are we having this dangerous pile up across the country when we say we can use 6 operational working days a week from Monday to Saturday? And if we supply 7 trucks to each parish, why can't we get a grip of that problem if you do that mathematics? Michi, how are you? So it's not that they don't have the capability or capacity to alleviate the problem. They just do not care. 7 chuck in any parish for 6 days of the week, you would have to be able to clear a lot of this backlog by now. Them say them have 50 more to come. I wonder if it will get worse when them have more. I thought you if you ask yourself, is it going to get worse? The more their capability and capacity improve. Will it be that we'll be getting less? Because we were getting less before them tell we about the 100 chuck. Christopher, good morning and welcome. And even 100 chuck in 13 or 14 parishes where you can divide them. 7 chucks per parish. How can we not get a grip of the situation? How much community can a chuck do per day? In a Britain, when you say we are first world country, so if you start behaving first world. In a Britain, rubbish on street get cleared 24 hours a day. road and rubbish get cleared 24 hours a day in Britain. We don't know about America, coming to live there. So why you don't want a first world, Kenroy Johnson? If we not impose all of these first world economic ideas upon we, how the first world can see now the living standard. And that first world meaning, sir, it means that the living standard of the people them improve. And that it mean when it's a country developing into first world, you have moved people up you have moved people up to a higher cycle on the social and economic ladder. And that it mean, sir. So to jump on France and tell me how well the economy I do. And if I even remember say, no penciling nothing for drought. No penciling for nothing with drought affected area. Like say that isn't a Sankey in a with Jamaican system where we know say 1 minute of rain and 1 minute of drought. So don't forget that and just run come back. Who tickle in a while and was away and say, look here, you never see so you never penciling, you never penciling more money or so forgive once to make sure one or other friend them get more money for thief. Fair Lines, good morning and welcome. Who member on the one on the dep and recess? Why on the run come back? Come fix the budget, Marlene Garden. When the run come back, come fix the budget. Why? Who that are going to benefit? You know who it are going to benefit, Carlos? How much they come fix? I'm run out of Current Spencer first. Current Spencer, good morning. Me and you come from the same parish. Me and you come from Paraty and Black River. We know each other face good. We not talk, but me I got ask you some question because I know you grow up by respectable people. That much I can say, Mr. Spencer. But I wonder why, as a platform holder, in your capital, Mr. Spencer, there was shootout on Saturday. BOJ TV. One afraid I want to hide from Mr. Spencer. Why no cover the story about the shooting in Black River? Why mainstream media? Cousin Mern, how are you? Why mainstream media is not covering the shooting in Black River? Why did the police not trace after the shooters? Annie Jones, good morning. Why did the police not chase after the shooters on Saturday evening? The best crime fighting of this government is imposing curfews, state of emergency, and zones of operation. So why is it then, Gleaner, that you can see the need to put out a publication from the police about a state of emergency, about a curfew in Vineyard, but you're not actually doing a story on the shooting in Black River on Saturday that led to the curfew? I wonder why no cover the story. I wonder why Current Spencer, Black River media giant, is not covering the story. Sorry, Aries, good morning and welcome. Stronger Together, good morning and welcome. Why are they not covering the story? But a curfew is imposed in Vineyard. Master Garnett, good morning. What does the police hope to achieve from imposing a curfew in Vineyard? I just whether the very one police will come, one of the very one police will come from over Vineyard itself, to my understanding, got shot. There is a war infraction in Vineyard, St. Elizabeth. Sonia Smichaels, good morning. From my understanding, the two main war infraction is from two communities. Stronger Together, thank you very much appreciated. Vineyard is a straight road in off Crane Road, off what you would call Darkest Road. Beat and teach, Wagwan. But you have a divide in the city, and more. It's from my understanding, if I'm not mistaken by the geography, the Warren fraction is the north-south divide, which Mango Walk, no west, west south. Sorry, let me get it right. Dougal are left. No, Dougal are right. Stinting the Mango Walk are left from France. So my geography confused me anyway. But one set over here, so when you get to after you go down in the main road, you have one set where you turn left and one set where you turn right. So the major war infraction surround them area there. So the whole Vineyard community seem to be threatened or disrupted by these issues. And as it is, Black River Police don't do much about crime, especially when it comes to gun crime. Them very much in fear when it comes to gun crime. So therefore, that's why they never carry out a chase immediately. But now they're going to impose a curfew. Imposing curfew has proven that none of these things don't work. It only drives criminal fraction from one area to from one community to another. Delroy Henry, good morning and welcome. What is going to help is a comprehensive national crime plan. And that is something what we haven't seen for 8 years, and we're now going to see it in the next year and a half. The criminals migrate from one community to another and thus allow the crime to spread into areas which were once peaceful communities. Look at our township of Black River, a very peaceful community, but shootout happen in there where innocent bystanders are being shot. And you don't hear mainstream media covering the story. I wonder if that's the massaging of the crime figures for tell we say crime a go down. Because if we not report it on a thing we not see it, that's how it's gonna. Long neck favor, Lord Jesus. Sometimes I not every article I can read full out, because me will want to fight if me have to read certain things. This is not just one. I don't know, this is a story we call us cover regular, where I just when they gone after Favor and Nigel them thief off the picnic them money. Carlos said they tell me if I lie, me I tell. You see them close a school for children with special needs. I lie, me I tell Carlos. They have this thing called shadow. Listen to the insulting, pejorative term. Mom struggling to access shadow support for son with ADD, attention, deficit disorder. Ministry say it's ready to help. Isn't this irritating though, Carlos? Isn't this irritating? The word shadow support for me, I find it very pejorative, very negative. After them thief off the picnic them money from Grace McLean to Faval to Andrew to Mother Extraordinaire Jean Wright, good morning, Gloria Morris. Look how much billions is unaccounted for at the Ministry of Education. And while all of that was going on, the Ministry of Education closed a school for children with special needs. Parents across the country struggle to get good access, to get reasonable access to education for their children, whether it be with physical or mental challenges. One woman, $124 million. Royal Read and Fix spin at them. They can't even call them big money. They can't know say me a dunce. Billions of the 1.7 trillion over these various departments. Billions of that was missing, is unaccountable for from the education budget. Okay, that class. The money where we use paid up rent, why can we not use this money? Because there's a thing in diverting resources. The Treasury, the Ministry of Finance, has the power to divert resources, or even department with their budget, once given reasoned explanation. If I'm not thief, I'm not thief it. You can divert resources where it is much needed to serve an area, provide a service, or fill a gap. Oh God, the people them in a with public administrative, bureaucratic, and theocratic affair. Boy, technocratic rather. Is the a dunce are corrupt because a corrupt. A don't dunce. Go and go look on the bossy qualification, the bossy leadership roles on their resume. Look how Nigel is lauded for his great work in the private sector. Mighty God for Nigel come a government. All if we bolt down the money in our pocket, Nigel a movie. Beulah, good morning and welcome. All if we bolt it down, Nigel a move. All if Nigel say spend it pan dopey, Nigel a spend it. Remember, you know, them say Miss Mary Puss come from good upbringing. Miss Mary Puss mother is an educator, Mr. Flex. Me can't even call them big nice money there. Beat and teach. Boy, man, listen here. Remember Miss Mary Puss, it is said, was taken to the ranks by a mother, an educator, a father, a justice. So you would have thought if happy good him come from good upbringing. One never buck up on some pastor wicked picnic yet. One never buck up on some policeman thieving picnic yet. One ever buck up on some teacher dunce picnic yet. Dorothy White, good morning and welcome. So while the country budget can pay politicians for an empty building, we cannot keep school for children with challenges open. We cannot even support teachers, specialist teachers in our education system to make sure that wherever, because we don't have these specialist schools across the country. So we must have a fleet of specialist teachers across our country who are equipped and able to deal with our children with challenges, whether it be at the physical, emotional, or mental level. Honestly, Jamaica have no plan to invest in the future. If you're not investing in education, if you're not investing in youth, it simply means you have no plan for the future. All this, yeah, what it mean? Who remember them? Me not read, you know, come in and spread them propaganda. No, why? I know them remember about this. Hmm? You see it for yourself, me not read it. For the next thing they're gonna say a vloggers that walk and talk, you see, so it go. How then just remember this all out of a sudden so? When this are like Sankey in Jamaica, don't? And when we never have joke, our ear we go through, or our budget cycle we go through, but we don't have drought affected areas in a Jamaica. I wish part of holiday they find it out. I would then say we have to spread the money wide and far because we have more people to bring in. So we have to make sure we start place buyout money across the country. The 150 million can buy the next general election, you know. This can buy, no, feel that this can buy the next general election. Him not have to spend. Him not have to spend. Him only need to spend in them weak areas. So them can't go on. Don't try fool with. Because no care what no work and measure out. Or no never deliver them. So they more cover up here again. Why the Attorney General deny requests for freedom of information? And I leave the speaker to release the opinion. That means, is he saying to us that it's up to Juliet if he want tell you no, the legal advice what on a PR for? Nigel, do another thing will confuse me about the unemployment insurance scheme. Stop confuse the people, them, Nigel. All of these election giveaway confusion. Maybe Carlos and other people who understand for decode the liar need to tell you no. But when the labor right them talk, I tend to get very dizzy. So them carry me around in a circle. But the cover-up continues in this debacle that brought our parliament down, brought our parliament into disrepute. Because them still refuse to tell the truth. They still refuse to provide the evidence. And what they're doing to us is using the power of constitutional offices to play a game with you, to deny your right of access, to deny you information, to deny you the right to hear a debate. These are the office of the state that has been used against you, the people. I wonder if you see it from that point of view. The offices of power in the country are being used to silence you. The Attorney General's advice to the Speaker of the House is an advice to the nation. The Attorney General's advice to the government is an advice to the nation. If it's not a national security advice, the nation, if the legal advice is not based on national security and then would be classified, the nation has a right to know. The advice is to the nation's business. The nation tax money pays for that advice. So all of this denials and lies and going around in circle and throwing other people under the bus is to protect their corruption and their criminality at the state level against you, the people, especially in the area of your finances. We need to not let these issues drop. This issue that brought our parliament to where it is now, if we let this go, we have failed to protect our democracy. We would have failed to protect our democracy if we allow this issue to slide. If we cannot beat them here now, we should be able to beat them at the polls. Because they have failed the people and the business of the people. Jamaica people can't continue to just hand over on a power to just two family. Because the vast them, may have them under the microscope, you know. Because them up there take away the whole of parish council land, the whole of the prime beach land them. You're under my microscope. Anne-Marie Vaz and Darrell Vaz and Anne-Marie girlfriend, Shanique Green, the new council were on PMPR for their job. I want Anne-Marie Tiger. Under my microscope, may I research on the whole heap of parish council land. Wanna create title for and claim so I buy or not buy them, or wanna friend them selling off a peanut VM by selling out Portland, Primeland beaches. So go and rub crutch and come there research. Remember, say for your office, you know. For your office and vase. Upon parish council and it bill. But me I know. If you think like a hoe, you have your teeth in mayor up there. You're going to have your woman, Darrell Matey, come turn a gangster in a Portland. Anne-Marie Vaz with the new body. We are uno. Because nothing we not look. Every ton on a ton we eye the pano. Every wire fence on a walk past with their grass lay down a wait pan uno. But tell you now, I don't understand. Florence Bennett, how are you? RGR, JBC, them something they done. Granny Sus, just about struggling to keep up with we. In no time, Granny Sus, Aunt Sus will become a thing of the past. Nobody now watch CVM. Because CVM run up and down and the baby ultrasound and the ghetto story and ghetto mistresses and wife and husband affair. Yeah, CVM turn big yard. Yeah, and that CVM I'm going with. Gleaner run behind wedding dress. Just looking at the Gleaner, them have to find a wedding picture. Star and Observer as usual, them just mind nasty people business. So them depend them same agenda. Jamaica Deceptive Party, please announce it for me now. The JLP is Jamaica Deceptive Party. So then them new name should be JDP. As the hashtag JDP in the comment. Jamaica Deceptive Party. There's nothing labor about them. People have to wake up out of this Kool-Aid drinking galanging and start think And stop make these people take with a fool. Jamaica looting party. And stop make these people take with a fool. It's with complacency and with lack of people power, them a play upon. You know, so them people will go put a private tick on the St. Lucia and people them beach where they have to pack up and run or left them hotel. When the people them turn up and go have them party on them beach. We can't just roll over to corruption, so. When you don't see how hard the criminal, when you go confess about dog paw death, Juliet, who ordered dog paw killing and over what contract did you order dog paw killing? Speaker of the House? Were you assisted by the President of the Senate in the assassination of Dog Paw, Speaker of the House? We're supposed to have the two drunk prayers somewhere together. Was the Speaker of the House assisted by the President of the Senate in the assassination of Dog Paw? Will Juliet Holness answer that question? I know me a murderer, I know. I own a murderer. I own buy gun and bullet and circulate it to Garrison constituent. I know me a murderer. I own always observing. I know me Juliet Holness are the murderer. I know me have blood upon my hands. What would your gunmen, Speaker of the House, done to Rhoda Crawford if Mother Extraordinaire, Mother Foster Allen, Mother Elaine Foster Allen, Mother Extraordinaire, didn't whisk Rhoda away to a small island? Would that have been more blood on the hands of the Speaker of the House? Did the President of the Senate assist the Speaker of the House in the assassination, the state assassination of Dog Paw, which is the son-in-law of the President of the Senate? I wonder what was the connection of the President of the Senate and the slain gangster Dog Paw before he got intertwined with the daughter of the President of the Senate. Criminals, murderers. Every bullet discharged in Jamaica, the government is under responsibility. From the 1980s, JP, or from the late 70s, rather, we know that the gun distribution and circulation, Durant Clark, in our country has been done by politicians, instituted by the white Edward Seaga, not the white Mark Golden. The white Edward Seaga, and that gun crime has taken our nation to a war zone death rate on a yearly basis. Me not say allegedly when me I call politicians criminal. Politicians are criminal. We have evidence say them are criminal. Stealing is criminality. Illegal gun distribution is criminality. Their alignment with gangsters and garrison or criminality, me not have to say no allegedly. When me talk about private citizens, then me can say allegedly. But me know about politicians and them criminality. Me know politicians who load jugs boat, Palm Beach, ask Dr. Tufton. Ask Dr. Christopher Tufton, the Minister of Health. Poor people can't load jugs boats. If poor people picnic involved in a jugs boat loading is a work them get from the big man up at top. On a stop call poor people picnic name. Poor people picnic don't inherit nothing out of no crime infested Jamaica. A politician and businessman area crime in a Jamaica. Say you hear it here on Global TV. Is a businessman and politician area. Stop call poor people and get up people pick the name. A uno can gun go put in a get up people pick the name. A uno can drugs go put in a get up people. A uno send police go shoot up get up people pick the name. Stop call get up people pick the name. Get up people pick the fight against oppression. I want to teach them for thief because I don't want to provide jobs for them. Stop call get up people pick the name. On criminal politicians and on criminal business people. I want to bring Jamaica to where Jamaica there. Stop call poor people pick the name. Leave it to us. We wouldn't build Jamaica with full ambition. We won't call down the poor class round the so. We wouldn't build Jamaica to the first world standard because we have the ambition to do it. We don't come for teeth and full with pocket and we got. Look how Nesta did come in, Maga. When Nesta come in, you could have used Nesta neck and measure any field. You see Nesta on a neck now? Him neck patch up because it fill out. Them take on them stuff in and them stuff up. Look on them belly. No care. Look when Orlando Terry Long come on, they look hungry. The bone them did stand up in a Terry Long face like mine. Look at Terry Long now. I wonder if Patrick Bailey fat him up. But look at Terry Long now. And it's the same thing when you look across Africa. Immediately, the leaders come into power. Pot belly is the other regime. Because them sit down and them stuff and them stuff and them stuff poor people legacy. Till all when them belly pack full.
I truly believe our political system needs some fixing. Too much you hear about corrupt politicians and nothing happen. Too much you hear about politicians who take away poor people money and none of them reach in jail. And to the young people at home or wherever you are, and to all Jamaicans, I have one question for you. Take a look at your communities.
But you see how Orlando Terry Long fatten up now? Because a long time them there, they are stuff all about him. Rena, how are you? A long time Terry Long there, they are stuff, so them fatten up Nesta neck full out, fly green face full out. Because they have been there stuffing away. And you, the people of Jamaica, Nerine Dennison, and you, the people of Jamaica, no care how them tell you how well they have done for the economy, it just cannot show. We can't see the lie. No matter how them train, we see the lie, we just cannot see it. It's not reflective of even the cleaning of the city, your communities and your city. The economy doing well is not reflecting anywhere in your country. It's not reflecting in employment. It's not reflecting in with any improvement in education. It's not reflecting in developing your healthcare, because Cornwall Regional overrun how much a year by how much billions of dollars. Where is it showing then? Oh, you got to be at the launch. What launch are you talking about? The diaspora cockfuffle that they had last Thursday. Sandra Ellis, morning and welcome. How are you? That which they had the other day, propping you, that props, that private sector networking opportunity. They call it, what did they call it again, Carlos? The global diaspora, what's it or other arms? You know what it is. Private sector network engagement, Millie McBean, is to create a way, the government is creating a way to make sure their PSOJ counterparts who fund them get more deeper into your pocket. Resources, remittance alone is not enough. Wrap up shit in a bag, sell them. They will buy it as long as Jamaica is written on it. This is what happened last Thursday. Make we look more friends to come set out them stall. If them have hand cart, make them push it and come along as well. A foreign them live them a fool. Them lobby hard so much that you can wrap shit in a bag, sell them. As long as that flag and that word, Jamaica, is written on it. That is what happened. And they are propping to get at least 1,000 of you to fly in and support their friends with their airline, to support their friends in Western Jamaica with their hotels and all the other amenities that their private sector partners own, while everybody comes set out style. Them live a foreign, them enough money for go around. You know, see when them a donate to programs, you know, see how much the Lloyd Williams, you know, see how much they have. We need to find more ways of getting into them pockets. We can't make them one on social media in a them pockets, so them have money for go around. So we have to come up with ways of making sure that every little penny then work come home to it. But try to be feisty enough, Jamaicans, to want to come together in the diaspora and say, let us use our financial and purchasing power to buy 14 CT scans. Of course, that would be a great thing, and the government would just fly the gates. Hey, I'm sure you would have to tell Christopher, Tariq Antonio, and his technocrats and bureaucrats, we cut them and get out of it. And if you cannot approve Dr. Christopher Tufton's and his technocrats and bureaucrats cut out of it, then I can guarantee you that Dr. Tufton is going to block that, and he will willing and able to see Jamaica fall dead and turn over, because Dr. Tufton has his partnership in Archer's Funeral Home, and Dr. Tufton will gladly go and pick your body up. I ask you this question, Dr. Tufton. Why is it when the state of Jamaica is doing a post-mortem and say, for example, people who died in St. Elizabeth, why do you send them to Archer's Funeral Home in Spanish Town. This is not a make-up story, Dr. Tufton. That is an actual fact. Will you be able to answer to that question? If there's no personal or financial connection or partnership with Archer's Funeral Home, does the Ministry of Health, Dr. Tufton, have a contract or any contract with Archer's Funeral Home with regards to storage of state body and or postmortem? It is a question that the Minister of Health should answer to, rather than a tell we say, don't call me name in our wada hit mouth. Who are you talking to, Dr. Tufton?
And where the blood clot this? And where the blood clot this? But me not give them no chat.
Yes, we are going to give you a chat. And who you, Dr. Tufton? Answer the question. Do you have any business connection with Archer's Funeral Parlor in Spanish Town? And if not, if you do not have any personal business dealings, is there a contract with the Ministry of Health and Archer's Funeral Home in Spanish Town? And if there isn't, Dr. Tufton, why would a state body have to travel from St. Elizabeth? Why would a state body have to travel from St. Elizabeth to Archer's Funeral Parlor in Spanish Town? Could you clear that confusion up for the public? Oh, then don't listen to it. Remember, them always talk at we, around we, about we, but never to we. So maybe that's another long grass kicking. But Juliet Holness cannot continue as Speaker of the House. Her position has become untenable from we realized she told the lie about the report. She has continued further. Perry Maria Ali, how are you? He has continued further to bring Parliament into disrepute by acting out of jurisdiction, acting also disgracefully and out of prejudice and feelings, which no one in the private sector could have or would have gotten away with. Out on your face by the next day, Jeanette McIntosh. You would be out on your face by the next day. In no public sector organization, a wife and a husband or partners would be able to be working in the same office. If a company in the UK allows that, some company does allow that, it's rare. However, you're always given that as a part of your employment contract. If you become such associated with anybody at your work, you must report it to your manager. And if the workplace will keep you, they will separate if it's a workplace that can put you into different department or different zones. It's not permitted in most companies. It's not encouraged in all companies in the United Kingdom. This standard is set by the Jamaican Parliament. So it's one thing for them and another thing for us. That is what the standard is saying. We're in a public corporation. In a public corporation, a wife and a husband hold the two most powerful constitutional positions. The leader of government, the leader of the executive, and the wife, the leader of the legislative house. The two most powerful arm of your constitution. What we're left with is the judiciary to check the power of these two houses. It is the court that we're left with to go to. And here I come to Mark Golden. Sorry, don't make me take up my slingshot. Me don't know. Baby, you know that me don't understand emoji. That's one of the dunce part of me as well. If you're talking to me in emoji, other than the thumbs up and the heart, I wouldn't understand, and the 100%, obviously, and like flag and so on. I wouldn't understand what all these little faces and things mean. Trust me, me good dunce like that. When it comes to emoji, I'm lost. Good lost. But these two the House of Parliament and the executive, the legislature, controlled by Juliet, and the executive, I did have one picture of the two of them, I think. I recovered it. It was still a soak, Babsy. Babsy still a soak. We're pickle Babsy. We did have one picture of the two criminals together, but never mind. The only place left to check the power of those two arms of the Constitution is the judiciary. And this, Mark Golden, as a lawyer, knows this. Mark Golden don't need we, PMP full of liar, and or get Pamela's nerve. Because we don't know, sir, that's how the thing go. When you cannot beat them in Parliament when it comes to legislation, Rose East, good morning, then you know that every legislation passed through our Parliament, Mark Golden, if you don't agree with them or if they're not in the interest of the people, your duty is to tie them up in the courts. The court is there to do that. The court will have to hear those applications as to whether this newly implemented legislation is in line with our Constitution. The court cannot refuse to hear it, Mark Golden. You, as a lawyer, knows that. Where I draw your foot so far? Why are you allowing the momentum to die out, Mark Golden? And you want we fit turn out here, raise with blood pressure and keep the fort for you? I wanna go on with who you? When people picks up a momentum, Mark Golden, one that you've come out of the local government election with and your budget presentation, you're made to be riding high into the general election. Go past street side, go knock drum and expose the lie them. Your social media platform, the People's National Party social media platform, is not doing much well. Even on your WhatsApp channel, Mark Golden, since election, you stop posting it. Not happening in the country, not upon the forefront and further than anybody else anymore, Mr. Golden. You have gone back into your slappy-tidy behavior, Mr. Golden. You have gone back into your slouchy, slappy-tidy behavior. And it's not needed at this point. It's the point where you rubber-rose the people and keep the momentum going. Keep building the momentum, Mr. Golden. How you feel fall back and go along, so? You idiot, sir? The people show you that them ready to give you a chance. Good God Almighty. The most you could do, Mr. Golden, is rise to the occasion. Get with it. Of course, me know say you have whole heap of internal squabbles sorting out and going on around your Mark Golden within the party. But let me tell you this. It is the people that is going to send you there, Mr. Golden. Not the squabblers in the People's National Party. Those who may be wearing their pain on their sleeve, Mr. Golden. Focus on the bigger picture of the country. Andrew Holness have been throwing you things to use to whack him over the head and leave him on the floor, Mr. Golden. But it seems that if you're willing to make rain come fall upon them, sun come dry them, and breeze come blow them, well, the next thing we hear say, Andrew, get away with it. You must keep the momentum going all the way to September next year. One of the risks to this behavior, Mark Golden, is getting in government and become complacent. Hey, at that time we would have hold you and tear you up. Don't bother things say. And an easy life over here. I'm not aligned to any political party. I'm aligned to Success Jamaica. That's what I'm aligned to. Andrew Mac, Wagwan. No, we must stop one, like I said, CVM, TVJ, and Cliff relevant out here. Andrew, disagree with that. TVJ, CVM, after I'm married, we're married. And a baby we have, we don't need for the ultrasound. Cliff is just like any other vlogger on social media, just because he's long established in the business and him have the networking and they're not really relevant to information anymore. Nobody now really tap into them something there. Everybody are tapping to what vlogger say. So my Golden nothing make it look like because over Granny Sus, over Big Yard at CVM, and over the sleeping giant TVJ. If them not give no airtime, what is his problem? There's many vloggers out here willing to give Mark Golden airtime. So that is not an excuse. Social media is for all of we turn on with phone and sit down and talk. Mark Golden and those People's National Party people around him can do it. With Damien there, with Raymond there, with Julian there. Julian is a strong voice in Parliament always. With Miguel Phillips them there, all of them are sit down for wait for turn leader. But them don't want to go roll up them water boat like thief and dirty criminal gunman Andrew and him wife. We can't work for it, go to Mark Golden. We don't come work for it on yourself. Come plow the field and plant the corn, Mark Golden. And prepare to weed the shrubberies them all the way. And I saw it go. We now work for it, go no. I don't want it. I go earn the big money and the big title and driving at the big vehicle out of it. All we are beg for is better for the people that Mark Golden. Behave like a leader in waiting, Mr. Golden. Not a leader sit down and wait for a blogger to help you win the election. No, not so, Mr. Golden. If we are winning for ourselves, we're not winning for you. We're not winning it for you. That is true. Whoop a bad man a go on in the PNP. But the election result, Shauna, should show Mark Golden and his team that took that momentum to the local government election, that them need to sidestep the bad mind ones and focus on getting it right, because the signal has been sent by the country. At them to develop on it. The country sends the signal. And them a waste it out. Oh, more criminality. Where them a try to hide? Where them a run from? Remember, they have the report where show the hope and money when Nigel wastes in about tax administration and in the Financial Service Commission. Let me tell you how much, see if I find a slide quickly, how much they say Nigel Clark should try to recoup back. 4.76 million. So 4,700,000 and I don't know, I can't call it. But say 4.7 million. Nigel Clark should seek to recover that overpayment where them pay out to them compatriots them. So we saw when these reports were there, they did everything they could not to release the report. When Mark Golden spoke about it in his budget presentation, the next day they all came out branding Mark Golden as a liar, saying there was no report. Simultaneously, they were returning the report that Mark Golden spoke about to the Auditor General's office. On receipt of the Attorney General's, of the Auditor General report, that's when we knew it was sent back, and it was to the Auditor General office, and it was then sent back to them untouched. Wayne Evans, how are you? And when they were forced to table the report in Parliament, we then realized the taunt amount of crimes of the public purse that they were trying to hold back from you. And it went on to a cycle of other things, trying to blame Mrs. Ellis's for competency of not understanding how to do her job within the law. When that didn't work, it turned onto the clerk until she was hastily pushed into retirement. Blossom Riley, Godfrey Davis, good morning and welcome. You mind for business too much. I'm talking. I'm not talking to the iPad. I'm talking to my audience, okay? Is the country willing to allow this to slide? I wonder if our judges will entertain this application in the court by allowing a by-election for the Kentire division in order for the Wholenesses to corrupt the division in order for them to win that division, which would give them control over KSAMC, the cash cow of municipalities across the country. White girl Otayaso, Wagwan, how are you? Altia Lacey, good morning and welcome. You may ask yourself your question, what are they trying to hide at KSAMC? Why they are so desperate to hold on? You remember the Tiziki fit that, what was the name of that woman again? Joy something or other. You would have remembered the hissy fit. The hissy fit of expletive that Joy got into when look how whisper through my library quickly see if I see it. What the other man named Beat and Teach, the one who did make Joy turn over? What the man the name? Me have the correction video, you know, but me want for Joy. Me want when Joy a turn over. Hold on there. See Joy a turn over. Alright, Ennis, yes. Ennis and Joy.
Let me tell you something, Northeast people. This really hurt me. I'm going to talk. You understand? Because I couldn't believe say any so that they do me this. You understand? Me couldn't believe say and all where Ennis are say disrespect on this. And just because Ennis not get deputy mayor again and Delroy get it. And if we say we are labor right, regardless of what. You not do your party this, and you not do your MP this, and you not do your constituency this, to care where you want to say. That means say you never have the Jamaica Labour Party 2020, and we are going to go down there, go sign as mayor. And one are going to be deputy, and one are going to be mayor. And two of them, the PMP them, that's when you take the seat, and you give the blood clot PMP them. Because I take it and give it. You give the PMP them the council as much as we did at jail PMP. Because at the two who that they are running, you take it and you give the PMP them, and you can tell you know. So you're fucking labor, right? Me tell you Ennis, me tell you grieve, you baby heart grieve. And they can't send this to me, I tell you. I tell you, me don't know. Me never expect this from you. Regardless of why you shouldn't do the Labour Party, this or not is this. You're going to talk about independent, me blood clot. What kind of independent? You're a fucking wicked man. And because of blood clot greed, you sit down there for blood clot 8 years and you're full of blood clot crowd. You understand? And then this is where you do the party, and you do the MP, and you do the people in minorities, and then you're going to go find the group and you're going to tell your people them say, because by virtue of infection. You can imagine, you take the codes, serious thing, serious blow to the Jamaica Labour Party, you take the codes and get the PMP them. You take the codes and get the PMP them. It look like you must, me don't know. Jesus Christ, me never expect this. God know me never expect this from Ennis. Me I tell you the Northeast people, me the business one who wants it. But me I tell you no one to sit down and look into it. This is wicked. This is more than wicked. You're there in the Labour Party for much years. All of we go through disrespect. All of we go through everything. And you take the seat and give to PMP to blood clot. You can imagine.
That was Joy's hissy fit. But this was Ernest's retraction.
All of my Jamaican brothers and sisters, that I remain a committed member of the Jamaica Labour Party. There is no issues which may arise that we cannot settle internally. I want to thank everybody at all levels of the party for their love and support. Let us remain fully committed to the cause of working to make Jamaica a better place. God bless you.
Noreen, that's the part in Joy's rant when we always bust out a laugh when we get to that part there, because she says she thinks she and Ennis did And I know she can't talk if them are did friend, brethren, co-worker. I know she can't spit out with them. So I don't know if Joy will ever manage to bring that to it. And I saw some people who arrived. Nicola Williams, good morning and welcome. Lorraine Barrett, rather, good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining. So, a long time, them I have hissy fit over KSMC. And now see Juliet Holness is now deploying a last resort by taking it into the Supreme Court, hoping to have the result for that, I would imagine, division annulled and then would trigger a by-election, given that the office of the director of election is cooped up into the office of the wife of the prime minister, who is hell-bent on making sure that his wife hold on to their constituency and municipal. Andrew is really worried about the two Gillette seat, you know. They never Pierce. The Juliet Cockburn Flynn seat and the Juliet Holness seat, they are really worried about those seats. The local government election sends them the signal. And it is the reason why Andrew Holness plant people like Dwight Coburn. Dwight Coburn, Andrew Baxter. Well, the other little one with thief off the school money name again. Keisha Hales. Paul Buchanan. JLP buy out the whole of them PNP there to carry out them plots against Mark Golden in a West Rural because they are hell-bent on holding on to St. Andrew. Because if Juliet can get back the municipal, then these audits that will turn up under a People's National Party run municipal would expose a lot to us, particularly in their development dealings within Kingston and St. Andrew or anywhere across the country. So an audit, in my view, in my view, is what they're trying to block, because an audit will tell us a lot more of their shoddy, dirty dealings at the state level, local or central government. So in my view, that is what Juliet Holness is trying to block by taking the Kentire division to the Supreme Court as to the validity or whatever. But let's see if the court will entertain another attack on the Constitution by the wife and the husband who runs the legislature and the executive. I want to thank you very much for being here this evening, this morning, this afternoon. Drive Time London will not be aired today. Angela Robinson, good evening. But G, how are you? But we will definitely come back for the people's point of view tonight. So make sure you're back here doing angling. I think it will be 5, for some people it's 5 p.m. Eastern time, some 6 p.m. Eastern time. For us in the UK is 11 p.m. UK time, because we are 6 hours ahead now. So Be blessed and have a productive day. And in all that you do, make sure no one censors you. No one stifle your free speech, and no one become a threat to your democracy. It is for you to protect. No one is going to protect those for you. So at all times, you must speak up in the interest of justice and in the interest of protecting your freedoms and your democracy. Thank you very much for being here with us this morning on Global Television. Join us back here 11 p.m., 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time for the People's Point of View. Good afternoon, good morning from London.
Tell you a few personal stories about what I like to call the danger of the single story. I thought about this when I left Nigeria to go to university in the United States. I was 19. My American roommate was shocked by me. She asked where I had learned to speak English so well and was confused when I said that Nigeria happened to have English as its official language. She asked if she could listen to what she called my tribal music, and was consequently very disappointed when I produced my tape of Mariah Carey. So after I had spent some years in the US as an African, I began to understand my roommate's response to me. If I had not grown up in Nigeria, and if all I knew about Africa were from popular images, I too would think that Africa was a place of beautiful landscapes, beautiful animals, and incomprehensible people fighting senseless wars, dying of poverty and AIDS, unable to speak for themselves, and waiting to be saved by a kind white foreigner. So that is how to create a single story. Show a people as one thing, as only one thing, over and over again, and that is what they become. I recently spoke at a university where a student told me that it was such a shame that Nigerian men were physical abusers like the father character in my novel. I told him that I had just read a novel called American Psycho, and that it was such a shame that young Americans were serial murderers. It would never have occurred to me to think that just because I had read a novel in which a character was a serial killer, that he was somehow representative of all Americans. And now this is not because I'm a better person than that student, but because of America's cultural and economic power, I had many stories of America. I had read Tyler, Updike, and Steinbeck, and Gateskill. I did not have a single story of America. I've always felt that it is impossible to engage properly with a place or a person without engaging with all of the stories of that place and that person. The consequence of the single story is this: it robs people of dignity. It makes our recognition of our equal humanity difficult. It emphasizes how we are different rather than how we are similar. Stories matter. Many stories matter. Stories have been used to dispossess and to malign, but stories can also be used to empower and to humanize. Stories can break the dignity of a people, but stories can also repair that broken dignity.